Hello, can you hear me? Carolina? Carolina? Hello? Can anybody hear me? Okay. Okay. Hello? Hello? Carolina, do you hear me? Hello, Carolina? Come on. Gotta get going. Hello? Hello? Hello, hello, hello. We got to move because Coach is waiting for it. Please. Come on, guys. Hello? Okay, well, okay. Okay. It's only 500 degrees out. You gotta be. Look like your coach. It's warmer. What's that? Yeah. Okay, we just lost Coach, so. Yeah. Yeah, I'm here now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can hear. I can hear. What's that? Yeah, I can hear you now, Justin. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Hi, and welcome to Freedom Field here in beautiful Iowa Colony for Alief Taylor versus Shadow Creek. In the opening game of district here, we'll be joined by both head coaches here pretty soon. First, I want to just go over a little bit of the rundown on the games that we're going to cover tonight on high school highlights at 10. This will be our game of the week. Shadow Creek comes in at 1-2. Their two losses are to North Shore and to Bridgeland. They beat Cypress Creek, Cy Woods. Alief Taylor comes in at 2-1. So tonight on the highlights, we have rivalry games. We have neighborhood games, rivalry game Tomball versus Tomball Memorial. Wheatley Worthing, North Shore Westbrook in a big game district opener there. Dayton versus Crosby in the Battle of Highway 90. Wharton Stafford, hope to get Fort Bend Marshall and Waltrip highlights as well. Right now, we're going to bring in Coach Butler from Shadow Creek head coach. Coach, would you mind just coming on over here and stepping up right here on the microphone? First off, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it.
Yep, you bet.
Just kind of what are the feelings now that we're starting district? This is when it all matters, right?
Yeah, that's what we just got through talking to the kids about. You know, all the preseason stuff's over, and we kind of hope we've learned from it, and it's time to get busy and to try to take care of business.
You had your challenges in preseason, your two losses, Bridgeland and North Shore. Those are really top-tier teams here in the Houston area. What did you learn about your team through the first 3 games of the season here?
You know, coming in, we knew we're not returning a whole lot of experience, especially offensively, and you know, we knew we were going to take our lumps, and just really felt like if we could hang together in the locker room and you know, that we would have a chance to be a pretty good team, hopefully by the time district rolled around. And you know, I'm confident that we're there. I think our kids believe we're there, our coaches believe we're there, and so really look for us to put our foot forward and try to get on the right track.
Gotcha. Well, two of the best defenses in the district are going at each other, so we expect a little defense.
Yeah.
I expect a little bit of speed. Just tell me a little bit about your team, Coach, and so the people out there that aren't familiar with the Sharks.
Well, you know, I think, you know, we've been playing pretty good on defense, and you know, it's just we're waiting to put it all together. You know, it's 3 phases of the game. We got to be great in the special teams, great on offense, great on defense, and so you know, we're just trying to mature. And I like where we are. You know, we're not there, but we're headed in the right direction.
Well, I always ask the coaches that have won a state championship, kind of, what does it take to win a state championship in the state of Texas? You've been to 2 finals with the Sharks and won one of them. Just kind of, what was that whole experience like, and how tough is it?
Yeah, you know, I think first of all, it's that, you know, that term team. You know, I just think you really, to have a chance, you have to have the right mixture of guys in your locker room, and really a bunch of unselfish individuals that come together, and then you've got to be very fortunate to stay healthy and have some breaks go your way. You know, it's a tough road to get there, 16 ball games, and even tougher to win it. So it's just everything has to come together. But I really think it starts with what's in that locker room and the camaraderie and the bond of each individual season, you know.
So you were in the state final. I mean, after doing it so early in your time there at Shadow Creek, I mean, I would imagine the expectations every year are that we need to go to the state championship. How difficult is it to just kind of manage I mean, I know you just control what you can control,
Right.
but how difficult is it to manage the whole expectation versus the whole reality with being a head coach?
I think our coaches and our players do a pretty good job of it. I mean, we realize that it's every week, showing up week after week and trying to put your best out there. I think it's the fans and people that sometimes don't realize that, hey, it just doesn't happen automatically. So, it just takes everything falling into place.
Right. Finally, Coach, before a game like this, I mean, what goes through your mind? Are you get nervous? Do you have butterflies? Do you stay focused? What is kind of like your pre-game thoughts?
I would probably be pulling your leg a little bit if I didn't say I got the butterflies. I do. Before every ball game, you've got a little bit of an edgy feeling to you, but once it gets started, I think coaches are like the players. You kind of settle in and everybody calms down. And I think for a young team like us, here early against the opponents that we've had, I think it's a shock, and you have to kind of learn how to manage that as you go.
Right.
And so.
Well, we're going to have highlights of your brother's game on ABC 13 as well.
I've got my fingers crossed. They need a win tonight.
Right, they sure do. But I really appreciate you for joining us, and best of luck for tonight and the rest of the season.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
All
right. Coach Butler with Shadow Creek. Thank you, Coach. I appreciate that. So he's got a young team, learned a little bit in the preseason here. So Coach Gray from Alief Taylor will join us here in a second. But in the meantime, why don't we just talk a little bit about what went on here at Freedom Field last night. Big game last night, Hightower and Manville. Big game in 10-5A Division I. Manville is state ranked, and they went up 7-0 when DeMonte Seymour takes it in. 21 carries, 186 yards for DeMonte on the game. 12-3 Manville in the fourth when sophomore KJ Penson had a 7-yard touchdown run, and the Canes are within 2 at 12-10. Hightower takes the lead when Penson hits USC commit Caleb Payday Douglas for the score. He throws up the fight on in the end zone, and that gave the Hightower Hurricanes their final lead. Manville's drive under a minute to play, 4th and 8. Sophomore Ephraim Dotson breaks up the pass to secure the Hightower win, 16-12 the final there. Now, I'm pleased to be joined by Alief Taylor head coach Sean Gray. Coach Gray, come on in and step in here and just let's talk a little bit first off about your opening up district play. Just kind of what are the feelings coming into playing a first district game here with the Lions?
I think it's a great feeling right now. Last year we only got to play 6 games. Didn't get a chance to play Shadow Creek last year because of COVID. Kids been working hard. We're excited about having the first district game against Shadow Creek. It's a good way to get started, and we're ready to play.
How tough was it for you last year? Because you mentioned that you only had 6 games, but you only had 3 practices before the first game, correct? So
yeah. Well,
just trying to come in new and implement what you're trying to do.
Well, of course, last year we didn't get a chance to go through spring ball. We didn't get a chance to have an off season because of virtual learning. But I tell you what, the kids really bought into coming up to the school every day. It never stopped our momentum from preparing for the season. We got a chance to do 2 scrimmages. We got a chance to play more football before the season. So I'm pleased and happy with everything we've seen so far. I just want our kids to come out here and compete.
And so, Coach, just tell me a little bit about your team. What do you like? What are the things that you guys do well, and what are the things you're going to have to do against a tough Shadow Creek team here?
First of all, the coaches have been doing a great job. Our kids have been doing a great job preparing for all the games we played. The one thing about Shadow Creek, it's an established program. They do a good job with their kids. I think it's a great test for us to come out here and put our skills versus their skilled kids and the interior guys. I feel like I think this is an identity game for us. I think we get to see what we really are tonight. It kind of showcase what we can do and what we can do. That's why I'm excited to see, how the game goes.
Yeah, so when people think of Alief Taylor, they think of speed. Is that something that you guys?
We do take pride in being fast. We do a lot of things during the week to make sure our kids are ready to go on the games. And I won't lie. Yes, we try to be one of the fastest teams on the field.
And this is a battle against the top two defenses as well in the district. So tell me a little bit about your defense, and Coach Acuna does a good job on that side of the ball.
We've been tested defensively this year. I think they still haven't got to where they want to be yet defensively. Hopefully it comes together tonight. I think this is a great test for them to have to see, especially against Shadow Creek with all the talent they have over there. If it turns into a defensive game, that's a plus for us, regardless of what the outcome is. But I think we're still trying to figure out the personnel we have, because we got a lot of new guys starting this year. We're really young on the defensive line. Secondary, probably the strength of our defense right now. So I'm excited about them having this test against Shadow Creek.
I asked Coach Butler, just kind of, you seem real calm right now. Is that how you are before every game? Or are there butterflies that build up? Or what's kind of like your...
With me, I've always been like this. Even when I played football, I used to have to keep my head coach calm all the time. It's a game. You know, you here to play the game. It's about showing your talents on the field. The biggest thing I teach my kids is you want to be respected after the game based on how you play. So if you prepare during the week, you do everything you're supposed to do before the game, you shouldn't be nervous when you get ready to play.
All right, Coach. I appreciate you hanging with me and being a part of this pregame show. Thank you.
Go Lions. Go Lions.
There you go. Go Lions. Go Lions. All right. Thank you, Coach Gray. I appreciate you joining us. So let's get back to a couple of the highlights. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from last night. Katy is undefeated at 5-0 after a 45-3 win over Seven Lakes. Cinco Ranch was looking to hand Tompkins their first loss of the season. The Cougars strike first. Gavin Rutherford to Seth Salviero, 11 yards, and it was 7-0 Cinco Ranch. Tompkins trailed 14-10 until Cole Francis hit Josh McMillan, 22 yards for the score, put the Falcons up, and they never trailed again. Tompkins wins 32-28, and that sets up what could be a district championship next Friday when undefeated Katy comes and plays Tompkins at 6 o'clock p.m. Now, moving on. Great work being done by former Straight Jesuit and Rice linebacker Emmanuel Ellerby. Ellerby has started a foundation called Bees Believers that encourages high school athletes to think about more than just playing the game. As ABC 13 web producer Carolina Olivares reports, Emmanuel is using his life experiences to open youngsters' eyes to the world of STEM, and that's a foundation in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. All right, thanks for that. Great work by Emmanuel Ellerby there. All right, let's just take a quick look at the games that we'll have tonight on High School Highlights at 10. One more time. Of course, game of the week, Alief Taylor, Shadow Creek. Then we'll do Tomball Memorial Tomball in a rivalry game, Wheatley versus Worthing from Barnett Stadium. North Shore at Westbrook. That's going to be a big game there. Two talented teams. Dayton at Crosby, Wharton at Stafford. Coach Butler's brother's the head coach over there at Wharton, so we'll check in with the Tigers. And all of those highlights coming up tonight on High School Highlights at 10 p.m. Adam Winkler will be in for Greg Bailey, so we hope you join us there. That's going to be it for us here. I really appreciate both coaches' time in coming and doing a quick interview with me. Please join us tonight at 10 for all the highlights. Thank you, especially to the people out here at Freedom Field, for always making us feel welcome. Thank you to all the people back at the station that makes this happen. And with that, we'll see you at 6:15 with a game preview here where we'll hear from the coaches again. That's it. I'm Joe Gleason, ABC 13 Eyewitness Sports.